Okay. Hey everyone. So, out here somewhere different than before, right? Trying to get out here in the sun. But this has got to be a quick one because I got to be wearing a mask here. I don't want anybody to get mad at me. So, this is actually Culver City. It's a cool little spot. Internet. Like an internet cafe outside, I guess. I don't know how to describe. It's pretty though. Anyway, today's just a quick one. I thought about my evolving thoughts on tarot and how it pertains to staying present in the moment, well, or how it takes away from staying present in the moment and kind of pushes you towards the future. So kind of my evolving thoughts on that whole deal, right? In general, I just think that it's good to watch if you feel down. Like, I think that the whole point is to motivate you, right? Because it just sort of tells you that this is the possibilities, this is the energies, this is the place that you can go forward in if you keep moving forward. But that's the trouble of it, right? Is that, I mean, at the end of the day, they're just telling you this is the things you can accomplish if you do them, right? So just at the end of the day, you have to go do them. So it can be punishing at the end, right? If especially if you're in a place where you feel like you can't do anything, or those sorts of mind states. It can put you in a place where you feel like you've been lied to, essentially, because they keep telling you, hey, this thing's coming, and you haven't done anything, so then nothing comes. Well, so yeah, I think it can be tough because it takes you away from the present moment. It tries to push you into this happy future that you do want, right? But then you look around and you're like, oh man, that's not what I'm looking at right now, and that's tough, right? So it's a fine line. It's a fine line. I mean, obviously, visualizing your future is important, but to the extent where it takes you away from where you are and your current circumstances, I don't know, because then it feels like you're escaping your reality in that sense, and not appreciating the things that you can appreciate in this moment, rather than wishing for them to be something different later. So I don't know, it's tough. It's food for thought, essentially. I don't know how you want to handle that on your journey. Me personally, I have run into that issue a lot of times with tarot, just like getting to the point where I'm like, okay, yeah, like this is great and all, but at the end of the day, you're just telling me that there's the possibility of happiness. I mean, you don't need spirituality to know that, right? Everything's possible, or maybe you do. I don't know. That's the thing, is that I don't know where you're at. I've always felt like everything's possible in this life, but the question of if you don't believe that, well, then maybe you need some convincing, and in that case, maybe that's helpful, especially if you can unlock your spiritual gifts and connect with it yourself, really truly experience it. In that case, and could be truly brilliant, honestly. But yeah, that's all I really got for you guys today. I don't know, food for thought. But my advice is to always just enjoy the journey where it is, because that's where I'm at, right? It saves you a lot of headaches in the end if you can avoid them. But if you can't, I mean, have fun with them. Anyway, take care. Love you guys. Okay, not bye yet. Sorry, actually. I started writing out the description for the video, and then I realized that there was a lot more that I needed to say, because I wrote out a lot more in the description. I'm like, why don't I just say that in the video? Because how many people are actually going to watch or going to read the description? I don't know. It's down there if you still want it, but either way, I'm just going to give a little whatever I can put together right now at this moment. But anyway, yeah, I ended off there saying that the tarot, is just for like telling you possibilities, which is true, but I forget, obviously, because I'm in this moment where I've done a lot of healing, and I'm in a much better spot than I was, right? But I imagine that it's probably a lot more helpful if you are still in that first state. I mean, I'm sure that, yeah, you know what? Yeah, a lot of times in tarot, they've told me a lot of the things that I had in my life, things that I was doing that weren't going to bring me good things in the end, and like things essentially that I had to work through if I wanted to continue on and like actually have a better life, essentially. So in terms of that, I think that you can use it as a tool to basically see what your energetic blueprint is, right? Because that's all it really is, right? The divination is really just looking at your character, who you are, and like the essence of who you are, your values, and how you exist in the world, and saying, hey, you're this type of person, and if you continue to enact in the world this way, then good things are coming to you, you know, or bad things are coming to you, right? And that's something that most people can see. It's just that, you know, energy readers can actually, you know, feel your energy from across the globe, and you know, or maybe not. Honestly, a lot of the times they could also just be guided to do so, in the way that spirit guides them to. So it's just a matter of paying attention to who you are and like where you're at in life. Uh, yeah. So use tarot to your own discrepancy, right? But know that it's all about who you are and what it is that you're cultivating in yourself. So continue to cultivate your character and start enacting in the world, because the things aren't going to come to you if you don't take that character and that energetic blueprint that you are and go start interacting with the world. Go start changing things. Well, not changing things, but go move and, you know, work with time. Time has changed, right? So like things are always changing, and I'm not saying that things won't change if you just sit and wait, but if you're in a place where you're suffering, then you're just going to be waiting and suffering until things get better, and that's pointless. You don't want that. So please just act to make the changes so that you're not suffering. Then you can wait as much as you like, but that way at least you've made changes to make life something that you want, you know, rather than not. Something that you truly want, rather than living in a bunch of lessons while you wait. I mean, you can sit and wait after all that, right? But once you just make your life something that is happy, right? That makes it a lot easier to continue on your path. So anyway, that's all I got. Take care. I love you guys, and bye.